Hello folks, it's Dave here. It's been a little while, and today I just want to come on and give you my thoughts on my experience at the weekend of TFUKCon, and then catch you up with some of the pickups I've got since I last showed them off all the way back in January. So yeah, it's been a fairly quiet year pickup wise for me, but I do have a few to show you. TFUKCon was a really fun time. I went down on Saturday. My mate Gav picked me up at 7 o'clock in the morning, drive up there, 2.5 hours or so, playlist on the radio, road trip, and a good catch up. That was really fun. And then we got to the venue, the Cobden Hotel in Birmingham, and which had come up because the previous year they'd been in a hotel across the road. They were planning to do that again. That fell through, and then they'd managed to find a hotel just across the road. And as it happens, I would say that this venue was an improvement. So they've fallen on their feet there. Really good. So we found the door, we went in, we were welcomed by Gav and Luke, two of the organisers of the event, really good guys. And they signed us in, put a band on our wrists, and we walked through into the venue. And really nice, kind of spread out a little bit. So there was a bar just to the right as you go in. You had the guests set up on the other side, so Simon Furman and Lee Sullivan and Lee Bradley, just selling their wares around that sort of area, which was nice. And then you went down some stairs, and that was kind of the presentation area with some chairs, rows of chairs set out and a screen at the front. And then behind that at the back there was a section where all the traders were selling, and then you could go outside and there was a lovely nice sized beer garden, and it was a lovely sunny day. And then at the back of the trading area you could go through some doors, and there's a little dining area to sit down in if you wanted to order any food on the day. And so really nicely set up. And I went in, I saw some guys I knew there from last year, and we got chatting, and really nice. Got to meet some new guys as well and get chatting to them. That is the best part for me of TFUKCon. It's really chill. You can just at any point, even when the panels are on, you can nip out into the beer garden or hang around at the back and have a little bit of a chat and a catch up with people if maybe it's a panel that you're not super interested in. You don't have to sit down and watch every single panel religiously, but the panels were really good. Listening to Simon Furman and Lee Sullivan talk, fantastic. Their experience of coming in at the start of Transformers. It's always a little weird hearing that at one point Transformers didn't exist, because to us of the Transformers generation, that's what we've grown up with. It's always been a thing. It's an amazing thing that we love and have passion for. And so to hear them saying, it was just a job to us at the start, is a little weird, but obviously it would be true. Why wouldn't it be that way? But you can tell that over the years that they've worked on it, they've built up this incredible passion for it, and that just comes across in the way that they speak during the panels, but also in the way that they interact with people around the room, and just they're just normal guys, and they'll just go around and chat to people and are really relaxed. And it's just so cool to have that atmosphere, where you can just talk to them on a level if you want to as well. So the panels were really interesting. There was a YouTuber roundtable with Toys R Us, some of the guys from Transformers the show, Arrow Fire. That was Chris McFeely from the Basics was on there as well. That was really interesting and fun to watch. The evening entertainment from the guys at Transformers the show was absolutely chaotic and insane, but incredibly fun. And loved it. Those guys are so much fun, so great. And again, so down to earth. You just, they're your mates, you stand around and have a chat to them. And it's not like they're some superstars that have come in and we're supposed to just look at them from afar. They are fans like us, and we just hang out and we have fun, and it's great. I would absolutely recommend it. The trader bit was really well set up. Mostly, I think there was an awkward bit maybe it was a little bit too many tables, and Toys R Us was crammed in behind a pillar. So maybe it would have been nice if there wasn't quite so much and everything was behind the pillar. I don't know. That's a minor criticism. But yeah, that was pretty nicely set up. We had Rowan in a corner. We had the Brickformers guy and Robo Lucas selling his decals, and then some other traders. Primetime Toys, of course, doing the third-party stuff. And Moth's son was there selling some of his old toys. That was really cool. And I did get a Thundercats toy from him at the end of the day for my mate Gav's son, and got a good deal on that. Yeah, I didn't actually end up buying anything for myself. I think a lot of the stuff that was on sale was the Modern Generations line, which is what I collect. But at the same time, the stuff I want from that line, I've got, and I might be tempted by something else if the prices were particularly low, but they weren't on the day. So I didn't end up getting anything. Yeah, that's another thing. Maybe it would have been nice if there was more kind of sellers that had a range of, if they could have got a range of toys from different lines, like Animated and the Unicorn Trilogy and things like that. I think Rohan had a bit of a range, but a lot of the other stuff I was seeing did seem to be a lot of the Generation stuff. So yeah, but yeah, that was fine. I wasn't really there to buy a load of stuff. I wasn't fussed about that particularly. I was just there to have fun and hang out and, like-minded people, get chatting about Transformers, hear from panels which were interesting, and yeah, it was a really good day. I did spend some time during some of the panels just hanging out and chatting to people in the beer garden, but that was good. That's what it's about. I got to know a few new people. A guy called Stephen came up to me with his son. I think he's seen my videos before. He just came to say hello. He was a good guy. Got chatting to a guy called Gareth and another guy called Nigel and some other guys that I hadn't seen or talked to before. So that was a really cool part of it for me. And then catching up with some of the guys, like the guys from Transformers the show, and here's Lily and and Ross, who I have seen before. Those sort of guys, just getting to have a chat again with them. Met Ian Arrowfire for the first time. Lovely guy. Got to have a little bit of a chat with him. You always want to spend more time talking to people than you really get the opportunity to do. I would have loved to have talked to every person there, but it just doesn't happen. I think there were about 100 people there this year. Still a manageable size, fairly small, still feels intimate. So yeah, I love that, because it was my second year as well, I think, and I got to know some people last year. I felt much more relaxed. You may not know, I have generalised anxiety disorder and depression, so things can be tough for me. But I think for the first time in a long time, going to TFUKCon was a day where I actually felt just that I was me and not me carrying any weight or foggy or anything really. I actually felt completely relaxed. So that was a really cool part of the experience for me. Great. If you want to know any more about TFUKCon, you have any questions about it, please do comment on this video and ask me any questions you might have, and I'll be happy to reply to you, of course. Let's move on. I'll show you some pickups. First, the things I did get at TFUKCon were the awesome t-shirt from Lucan Tes, the official TFUKCon t-shirt, and those two bots on there are original designs based on the two con exclusive bots that the guys have designed and made, which I'm not getting myself, but my friend Gav's getting some, so I'll get to have a look at those. Unfortunately, they had some technical issues. They weren't able to get them finished for the day. That's unfortunate, but that's how it goes, and they're going to post them out to everybody that's ordered one And obviously Luke's passionate about that. He wants to make sure everything's finished properly and done right, which is the way it should be. Yeah, and I did get to see a sample pack that Luke had, and they do look absolutely awesome. And then the next thing I did get was Lee, who's a great guy, and his wife Emma's lovely as well. Here's Lee on YouTube, check him out please. Got me this little Retgar. Whoops! I pulled his leg off. That's supposed to happen. And this is, I didn't know, but I looked it up. This is a Takara My Clone, which was a line of blind bag figures from some time ago, and their gimmick is that you can pull all their bits off, and if you've got more than one, you can mix and match the parts. And he's a lovely, adorable little figure that can go on my bedside cabinet. And unfortunately does not have posable nipples. But at this size you can't complain, can you? Yeah, but he's lovely and cute. So thank you so much again for that, Lee. That's really fantastic. Okay, let's get caught up on the things that I've been picking up since my pickups video at the start of the year. So I did get, excuse me, Legacy United Chase, which is a lovely figure. I do have an affinity for rescue bots because I'm a dad and my kids were of the right age really when rescue bots came out, and it is a fantastic show. It is a really well executed children's TV show. Whether you're into Transformers or not, it's just a fun watch, and it's fun as a parent to sit down and watch it with your kids. It's fantastically written, and the look of it is really cool. And so they've taken the design of Chase from that show and given him a Generations makeover, so he looks a bit more mature, and given us this figure, which I think is really, really fantastic. I collect really any Autobot, especially emergency vehicles. I'm always going to be interested in. That's the thing for me. So yeah, getting him was a no-brainer, and he has a really nice look to him overall. Tidies up pretty well. He does have some gapping in the sides behind the chest there. Other than that, he looks pretty solid overall, I think. Head sculpt's a nice take on the character. Lovely yellow windows, and articulation wise just a little bit. These bits hinder the shoulder movement slightly, and there's a bit on the back that you can't put the legs back quite as far as you might like. But otherwise he's got a good range of articulation overall, and you can get some decent poses with him. And yeah, the alt mode, the police car mode, looks really, really cool. So yeah, just if you haven't seen it, find some photos on Google. And then I got, just on a whim from my local entertainer, I saw that they'd got these, and this is a Authentics £10 Optimus Primal they had in, and I think I was in there the other day. They've actually put them on discount now at £6.66. I'm not going to get upset over those few pounds. This figure is worth £10, I think. They have an Optimus Prime and a Bumblebee in the same line at the same price point that look like absolute hot garbage. But this guy actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, some nice moulding, nice moulded in fur details, bits of paint and colour in the right places. He's even got two guns that he comes with, which you can put on the back like that as well. And yeah, for one of these Authentics figures, a surprising amount of articulation as well. The arms will go round and up and down. You can rotate because there's a ball joint in there. It is limited in terms of elbow bend because there's kind of solid in there, so not much there unfortunately. But he has a waist swivel, which you don't necessarily get a lot with these kinds of toys. and his legs will move a lot, and you can swivel him at the knee and bend the knee, and the foot you can wiggle side to side and rotate and whatever, and yeah, his head spins side to side. So yeah, a nice range. You can get some good poses with him. He has a really good look overall. His monkey mode is a little bit compromised, unfortunately, but in this bot mode you can pose him up nicely and he has a really good look to him. And yeah, as I say, I'm happy that I paid £10 for him. He's now dropped in price from that. I would absolutely recommend going and finding one of those just to have a mess around with at that price. And then another one I got. This is a fantastic little bot, Legacy United Gears, and this is awesome. I have been waiting for a Gears for so long. Yeah, the 84 Autobots and Decepticons updates really my bread and butter as a Transformers collector. They're the main things I want to get in there. So I had a third party stand in Make Toys Cog Wheels, which is a nice toy. But yeah, I wanted a proper official Gears, and they've done it. They've only gone and done it. They've absolutely smashed it out of the park. This is a fantastic bot. I absolutely love him. I love this big head. My 6-year-old son likes to describe this as a watermelon shaped head, and he thinks that's very funny, so there you go. But yeah, big bont's amazing. It's on a ball joint, raised up slightly so you can get some up and down, side to side, as well as rotation. That's nice, and he has a good amount of articulation in him. You can butterfly the arms backwards and forwards, up and down, rotation at the bicep, double elbow bend, rotation at the wrist, rotation at the waist, legs right forward and back, rotation at the thigh, decent knee bend, ankle tilt. Gosh, everything you could want really articulation wise for a mainline toy. Fantastic, and he looks nice and solid. Got a backpack, but I think it suits him. And yeah, he has the gimmick where you can open the chest. I'm not so bothered about that really, but I just think he looks good. He's got lovely details on his chest there. The alt mode looks pretty decent. You can argue the wheels a little bit small, doesn't bother me. The only thing is this chest piece ends up on the back of the car mode, and that bit does look rubbish. I'm not going to try and sugarcoat that. That bit does look rubbish, but overall it looks pretty decent. Yeah, maybe they could have, if they'd not bothered with the opening chest, they could have done something a bit different to hide that. But yeah, not a huge deal. I think he still looks decent in his alt mode. But this, of course, is how I'm going to display him. And this is a fantastic bot mode. Yeah, so that's definitely my pickup of the year so far. And then I'll show you a couple of other things that I got. I've been collecting the Terrans from Earthspark, so I got this Nightshade. My daughter was very interested in those. When the show first came out, she wanted to collect the Terrans, then she sort of lost interest, but you know how kids are. Maybe when the second season comes out, she'll suddenly be interested again. So I've decided to carry on. I found this in TK Maxx for £8, so I couldn't not, you know, I'd regret it later if I didn't, and she was suddenly back interested in them. And as it happens, I really like this myself, so I'm quite happy to have got it. This owl mode is amazing. Yeah, and yeah, Nightshade's a really fun character in the show, so that's good. And then for wife of Nips, I got this little gift for her. She really likes Volkswagen camper vans in general, and is probably one of the few people who appreciates Wheeljack having this alt mode in Rise of the Beasts. So there you go. There are those of them out there, and I think it looks really cool. I think this is a really good alt mode, and the bot mode is a lot of fun too. So yeah, you can say, oh, it's not Wheeljack, it's not my Wheeljack, whatever. It is a fantastic toy. This is the Studio Series version, by the way. And then a couple of non-Transformers bits. Got my second cart for the Evercade. I got a Super Pocket for Christmas, so yeah, I wanted to get some more games to play on there. This is the Codemasters collection, and the big games on there really for me are Sensible Soccer and Cannon Fodder, and I've had some fun playing those. And yeah, I have a birthday coming up soon, so I definitely want to get another cart. Yeah, I would recommend getting a Super Pocket for £50, to be honest. I talked about that anyway in my video in January, so I won't go on further. And then another random pickup that I found in my local B&M for, I don't know, not a lot of money. I have no attachment to this video game whatsoever. I've never played it, but I saw this toy and thought it looked interesting as a character design, so I decided to grab one just for the sake of it. And this is Apex Legends Bloodhound. There we go. Yeah, just an interesting, like the mask and the skull on there and feathers, and he's got a little bird, which is cute, and a big gun. Yeah, just an interesting looking figure, so I thought I'd grab that and stick that up on my random shelf of things that aren't Transformers that I'm developing. So that's it for my pickups. I've given you my thoughts on TFUKCon. Do, as I say, drop any comments down below, any questions you might have about the experience of TFUKCon. If you're thinking about coming along next year, by all means drop them in there and I'll try and answer them as well as I can. And yeah, let me know what you think of these pickups. Let me know what you've been picking up. Yeah, that'll be fun. And thank you as always for watching. I will try and make some more videos sooner rather than later. But for now, thank you as always, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.